Imagine a company that not only values innovation, but is also driven to expand its horizons through dynamic and diverse communication channels. Today, we embark on a journey into the world of Spark Mindset, a company with a vision to flourish and connect in ways beyond the ordinary by targeting both high school students and adults in disadvantaged communities. Join us as we explore on the exciting possibilities and strategies Spark Mindset utilizes while determining which two channels would best grow their company and get their mission heard. Hello, we are team number 20, and today we will be highlighting the two channels that we believe best fit Spark Mindset's path for growth while taking a deeper dive into the data behind it. My name is Josh Eckert, and I'm accompanied by Sloan Hurley, Lily Allen, Jack Wiley, and Ryan Chanthavong. So, analyzing the five possible channels, it was clear to us that there were two that stood out above the rest. With that being said, however, all of these could find a way to be incorporated into Spark Mindset's mission in one way or another, which will be touched on later. Ultimately, the two channels we decided to choose were the Urban Assembly and Odysseyware. The Urban Assembly and Odysseyware proved not only to appeal to the mission Spark Mindset exemplifies, but also excelled in a variety of other ways. Odysseyware proved to have strong financials, attracted target markets for both high school students and adults, all while showcasing they help prepare individuals for their futures. The Urban Assembly also has strong financials, has proven cybersecurity experience, and prides themselves on educating disadvantaged communities. From these points alone, it is clear to see Odysseyware and the Urban Assembly will be very impactful. Now that I've gone over the channels we chose, I will move it on to Sloan, who will be taking a deeper look into where each channel excels through the breakdown of the channel decision matrix.
Thank you, Josh. We created this channel decision matrix to identify the top two channels. As you can see, we highlighted the best options in green, the moderate options in yellow, and the poor options in red. Through this, we are able to judge each channel based on every single criteria. Based on this data, we decided that Odysseyware and Urban Assembly were the best options because they had the most amount of green options with the least amount of red options, meaning they had the most amount of best options with the least amount of poor options. I'll now dive into the financials for both these channels. The revenue generated from the student and adult programs at Odysseyware and the student programs at Urban Assembly created positive contribution margins. This means that Spark would be able to make a profit on every single sale. Odysseyware is the most financially attractive option as they have student and adult programs that provide positive contribution margins. Odysseyware and Urban Assembly had contribution margin ratios of 3.35% and 3.234% respectively. These were the top two contribution margin ratios for student programs. While Odysseyware did have the third lowest contribution margin ratio for adults at 78.45%, they are the only channel that has a positive contribution margin for both student and adults. Therefore, given that both Odysseyware and Urban Assembly provide access to both positive contribution margins in student and adult programs, we believe they are most financially attractive option for Spark. However, financial attractiveness is not the only thing we considered when deciding which channels. So I'll now pass it off to Lily to discuss the fit with target market.
Thanks, Sloan. Spark Mindset's target market is high schoolers and young adults, specifically those who are disadvantaged and don't have the necessary resources to learn about their interests. Odysseyware targets both young adults and high school students, and while Urban Assembly only targets high schoolers, they both want to provide more accessible education. Odysseyware offers classes for grades 3 through 12, which may make it seem like it's targeted for high school students, but they emphasize that they offer flexibility for demanding schedules related to family obligations or work obligations. These are obligations most likely experienced by young adults, so it's targeted for really anyone who needs accessible schooling, including high schoolers and young adults. Odysseyware isn't specifically focused on providing education to those who are disadvantaged, but to those who need to make up courses or need more flexible schooling. Regardless, they still reach over 10 million students, and they target the same demographic groups that Spark Mindset does, so it's still a great channel to use. Urban Assembly's target market does not align as well with Spark Mindsets, as they don't target young adults, but only high schoolers. Similar to Spark Mindset, Urban Assembly does, however, target those who are disadvantaged and need the opportunity to gain social mobility through education. Urban Assembly overall wants to prepare students for college and future careers by teaching them strong leadership skills and compelling themes. Even though Urban Assembly only targets high school students, 100% of the students that they educate are considered to be disadvantaged, which is still an attractive market for Spark Mindset. Although the Florida Department of Education and Pearson both have large markets and offer access to a wide range of individuals, both OdysseyWare and Urban Assembly would allow Spark Mindset to invest in a larger market, specifically geared towards disadvantaged students. Overall, for both Urban Assembly and OdysseyWare are great channels to use for many reasons, including their similar target markets. Now that I've covered target markets, I'm going to pass it on to Jack, who's going to cover brand credibility.
Thank you, Lily. The chart shown in front of you showcases which channels are best suited for brand credibility. As you can see, OdysseyWare and Urban Assembly come in around the middle of the road here, just behind Pearson. With brand credibility, we looked at two categories in particular, which are brand image and brand awareness. Looking at brand image to start, we think OdysseyWare is an excellent fit, as after doing some research, we discovered that OdysseyWare was a finalist in 2019 for the EdTech Awards Cool Tool category, which is an award that acknowledges efforts in improving learning through technology, which could highlight how your company works with only the best channels. Along with this, Urban Assembly is a great fit with brand image as well, given that 100% of the schools they work with are disadvantaged, and that could really highlight the character of your brand. Both channels can be great for your brand image in different ways. Moving on to brand awareness now, it is clear that OdysseyWare stands out here. OdysseyWare is used by more than 20,000 schools, meaning that working with them could provide an ample level of exposure for your brand and could even allow for potential expansion down the road. Urban Assembly, however, is not as seamless of a fit in terms of brand awareness. Despite being a phenomenal fit with the brand image, they lack in this category as they only work with 23 schools, which are all in the New York City area. With only 23 schools all located near one another, they do not provide the same level of awareness or exposure that the other channels may. We recognize that a channel like Pearson may provide more in the way of brand awareness. However, OdysseyWare and Urban Assembly are still more than serviceable when looking at both brand image and awareness. Now that I've covered brand credibility, I'm going to pass it on to Ryan, who will dive into the fit with the social mission.
Thanks, Jack. Although we have covered the large financial benefits, fit with target market, and brand credibility, fit with social mission is another area in which the Urban Assembly and OdysseyWare will be able to aid in Spark Mindset's mission. Based on this chart, we're able to see that the Urban Assembly largely relates with your mission of helping break the cycle of poverty in communities that are historically disadvantaged by educating them through cybersecurity. As the Urban Assembly is currently providing educational opportunities to disadvantaged groups, as currently right now, they're supporting only 100% of the students they use are disadvantaged. And currently, they're also offering a whole bunch of courses on cybersecurity, thus preparing these students to enter the workforce. Although Florida's Department of Education ranks second best, we believe that OdysseyWare is still a viable option in terms of their ability to provide accessible services. As currently their course offerings are sort of broad and vast, not very keen on cybersecurity, they still offer a whole bunch of technological courses. And we believe by partnering with OdysseyWare, you can help them support your own mission through tailoring and creating a new course surrounding cybersecurity, as currently they're more prioritizing on information systems and communication systems. Although OdysseyWare doesn't completely align with your strong mission, with your influence, you're able to make some change within your company, aligning it by working towards helping the disadvantaged communities. Both channels, by offering technological training, as well as with the purpose of providing a greater good to society, will then help support your goal. Now that I talked about how the Urban Assembly and OdysseyWare would be great in sharing Spark Mindset's social mission, and currently and within the future, I will now pass it back to Josh, who will talk about and summarize why we believe that these two are the best channels for Spark Mindset.
Thank you, Ryan. Today, we showcased our findings in regard to the Spark Mindset Channel Extension project and ultimately decided that Urban Assembly and OdysseyWare were the top options for a variety of different reasons. It is imperative to recognize that these options are not only the best financially, but also introduce Spark Mindset to a broad range of potential users who will have easy access when trying to access cybersecurity courses, catering to both target markets. Next time I want to learn more about cybersecurity, I hope my options for the class are found on Urban Assembly and Odysseyware.